Hello there. Today is today. And we're going to get Robbie. But first, in order to be able to come back here, we'll need to get that shrine as well. Nice pixelated shadows. And remember there was a shrine over there in Breath of the Wild. Actually, I wonder what's there this time. Forgot what the island was called, but there was a whole challenge island. Should check that out as well. Ah, yes, another disappearing island when I try to look at it with my scope. Where's the school? Oh, that's probably it. Yeah. Alright, we'll check that out as well. There's a lot of stuff to do here. Scoop it out. Oh boy, is this a throwback? What are we scooping out? And how? What the... Okay, this indeed is not a throwback. What the hell is this number of balls? Okay. That makes you turn. What else? Is there anything interesting up here, apart from a way back? Doesn't seem like it. Wait. Oh, come on. Are you magnetic? No. Oh, wait. I think I know what you want from me, actually. I know now. Stop this. Oh yeah. Do that. And that's not gonna be enough. Okay. I see what you want from me. But I'll need to turn you back a little bit. So I can properly access everything. So. I need actually... Let's redo this, because I don't think we can properly connect everything. Well, can't even properly connect everything like this, huh? There we go. Do that. And this. Alright, now. How about now? Will this work? Ah. No. It will not. Okay, instead of that... I think a better idea would be to turn this a little bit. And... do this. Okay, how about that? Is that gonna work? Well, we're about to find out. Okay, it's not colliding. Oh wait, yes it is. Hey, this whole thing is misaligned a bit. Should I just... wait. Oh my god. I can just do that. I can literally just do that. And this should work. I think. Ah. I'll just remove you from the way. Well, if not, I can help you a little bit. Like this. Alright. That is definitely the way I was supposed to do this puzzle. Okay, but where's the chest? Oh, don't tell me. It's under here, isn't it? Under all the balls. It's gonna be funny. Come on. Oh, there you go. Actually, what if... what if I did this? Oh, this is even more cursed. This is chaos. I wonder if I could connect all of these balls. I'll keep connecting them until I can lift it out. Oh, we're getting that. Oh, this is gonna be big. Yes! And there it is. Gotcha. Zoonite longsword, let's see. Do I have anything that's worse than this? Well... I don't need that. That is cursed, and I love it. Oh, it's wonderful. Now we have another upgrade opportunity. Alright, time to visit, what's his name, Robbie. I want to be let into the Ancient Research Lab, if that's okay. Where are you? Great job getting the picture of the figure that Joshua was looking for. She was pretty happy to see that statue. I was thrilled to show you how you use the camera, inspired even. The Purapad has even more potential functions, you know. Listen up, big update here. Your Purapad can be equipped with a sensor that detects shrines. Come on, act more impressed. I'm the first in all of Hyrule who noticed the shrines after the upheaval, so I created a sensor to detect them. Only thing is, I can't set it up here at Lookout Landing. It would be nearly impossible unless I'm at the Purapad Research Lab in Hateno Village. That's right, it's a lab dedicated to the enhancement of the Purapad, which Pura and I had developed. Once I'm in that lab and you join me there, I can further improve your Purapad, starting with the sensor. You'll find the lab in East Nakluda, off in the northeast corner of Hyrule. On its far side is the Hateno Village. Go a bit farther than that and you'll see a mighty peculiar place. Don't get the looks fool you, it's a cutting-edge lab. But for now, Joshua's investigations are my main priority. So until she gets further along, I'll be staying here for a while. Alright then. So I suppose I'll have to do those side quests first. Which means that I will ignore them for now. Because I would like to finish the election side quest in here first, in Hateno first. Gotta keep everything organized. So, I'm looking for, what is it, 4 people? 8 people? I think it was 8 people. Who are clearly supporters of the old mayor. And whom I should persuade to change their opinion. Ah, you need something from me? Have a Hylian shroom. What's this? Something from CC? Yeah, pretty obvious from the look of it. You know, people keep talking about this CC brand stuff, but I never really clicked with me. I know the lady works hard, but most of us farmers around here aren't too precious about our clothes. But sure, thanks for the mushroom, that's mighty nice of you. Hello, you. Who's this freak? Hey there, what brings you to town? He's actually pretty handsome now that I get a good look. Hey, I have a good idea. You should take this and not ask any questions. You swept me off my feet so fast that I gave you one of my prized eggs. No more though, and just forget what happened here today. How could I ever forget? Your heart is like a cuckoo's egg, easily given but easy to break. Please find it in your heart to forget what happened today. Okay, it's forgotten. I feel like you weren't getting what I was going for there. Way to kill the mood. Wow, okay. Have a Hylian shroom. Brought some CC? Wow, thank you. There's a lot of ways you can prepare mushrooms. They're tasty of their own too. I just like them, okay? But that's when they are food. When you make them fashion, you lose me. It wasn't so long ago that doing stuff like that was completely unheard of here. The farm families don't know what to make of it either. Can you blame them? Look, it doesn't matter how handsome you are or how many times you swing by the shed, I'm not giving you any more eggs. Just forget me. How could I ever forget? Yeah, it's like a cuckoo egg. The taste is heavenly, but it's eaten up before you know it. This isn't working. I was wondering whether it was possible to romanticize eggs. But in the end, eggs are something you cook and eat for breakfast, and that's it. I should head back to work. The stores and barn are always open. Take it easy, stranger. Anyone inside? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Egg. Vase. Hello. Anyone in here? No. Anyone up here? No. Hi. Halt and identify yourself, suspicious guy. I'm not suspicious. Oh, you're not? Then I'll give you the gatekeeper's greeting. How did it go again? You've come to Hateno Village, home of the fine produce and dyed goods. Our vegetables are best around, and we're at the forefront for fashion. Did I see that right? My dad would have known. Too bad he's still at Lookout Landing. Ah, yes, hello. What strange decorations they've been putting up. Sorry about that. Are you a visitor here? A tourist? Bitch, I live here. I literally have a house up on the hill. You're in Hateno, a village known for living off the land. For as long as anyone can remember, we've tilled the soil and let nature be our guide in life. Now, though, everything is getting so glitzy as some folks try to drum up more tourism business. Mind you, we were all happy to see CC return to the village after she'd been away so long. Some folks, like my daughter Prima, started wearing that flashy CC brand stuff right away in celebration. It's a tad over the top for me and my son-in-law Wharton. We prefer the simple life, the way we've always lived it. I don't mean to talk your ear off. By all means, go on and have yourself a peaceful stay here. Is there something you need from me, traveller? Have a shroom. Ah, you said it's from CC. Thank you kindly. Us old folks don't know much about what's in now, you know. I'm happy to vote for whoever mayor if they fix up the village real nice. No. So many side quests. You guys have the thing. School is this way. So far we've got, what, 2 people? 5 left. Nope. How about this? Oh, the pot lid. Ducks. Yes. Where are the rest of the people? Building condemned. Do not enter. What? What do you mean? You can't tell me what to do. More mushrooms. And arrows. There is literally nothing in here. I was hoping for something more interesting. Anyway. Need to find more people. To whom I can give mushrooms. Why are you holding rocks? Oh. How about you? Oh, you're the customer I saw at the Ventus Clothing, aren't you? You know, from when they were talking about whether to go through with the mayor election or not, it's become something of a hassle. They're both so stubborn. I wish they'd clear the air between them and end this silly quarrel once and for all. That's a moot point now. I have something else on my mind. I have to take care of this before the mayor election starts. What's on your mind? Oh, you don't mind lending me an ear? I won't mince words. It's about my husband, Reed. That man of mine, he shuts himself up in our shed every night. I don't have the faintest what he's up to. When I ask, he just says it's a secret, and I can't get another peep out of him. I hate the idea of snooping on him, plus I think he'd catch me right away. But I get so worried when I think about whether whatever he's doing will affect his chances in the election. I was fit to burst if I couldn't find someone to talk about this. Good thing you came along. I'd like you to enter our shed at midday when my husband isn't around and see if you can figure out what he's doing. I'll pay you for your troubles, of course. The only problem I can see is that he keeps the place locked up tight. You'd never fit through the window. Maybe you could dig a hole or something? Well, you'll figure it out. Okay, which one is your house then? It is midday. This one? Yup. Alright. How do I get inside? shed. No entry without permission. Read. Let's see. How could I enter? There's nothing leading down. Oh. Oh. I would like more stamina, please. I would like to glide for longer. Nice. Oh. Oh, now that is sus. Yeah, that should work. Do I have any multi-shot arrows? No, I don't. Okay. Wait, I'm an idiot. There. Shouldn't be using this weapon. There we go. Okay, now I should be using that weapon. And I assume this is what's under the shed. Somewhere? Maybe not. It's a bit difficult without the map. Maybe I should just go climb the mountain. So I can get the map. Oh, that's more. Okay. Oh shit! I was too slow. You what? Give me that back. Come on. Oh, what? Wait, did that break in one hit? Wow. Okay. They weren't kidding when they said that it's brittle. Holy crap. Yeah, well in that case, these Gibdo parts are effectively useless. Intended to decrease by line spots without sacrificing too much defense. I mean, it is better than these pieces of crap I have, so... Give me the ores. What's this? Okay, I might have to use something that's more melee oriented. There we go. Black Horriblin. Give me all the bright bloom seeds, I need them. I need them desperately. Oh, come on. What's up there? There we go. Now then. Not the Gerudo bow though. Oh, come on. These caves really have a bomb flower requirement. Ribbit. Oh, that's a good picture. Yes. Do that. Oh, and is being badly damaged. Great. Give me that. Okay, so let's review what our plan is for today. I would like to do this election side quest and hopefully also get Robbie to upgrade my Pure Pad. Also getting to Hyrule Castle for that Champion's Tunic upgrade would be nice. Bruh. There we go. This is a big cave system. Oh, did it just look around? Yes, it did. But it's not ticked yet. Also, wait, did this? I think this is connecting a few. Also, yeah, it seems like I was skill issued in trying to discover this whole place. Oh well. Let's see. I'm gonna put a waypoint on top of this shed. Oh, whoops. I'm gonna put a waypoint on top of this shed so I can position myself correctly. I wanna put it smack in the middle. Bruh. Okay. This works. Also, there's a waypoint, so, I mean, that wasn't even required, but oh well. Let's just get under the waypoint. Though it is currently late at night, so the timing might be bad. But it will be funny. However, it will be funny. I'll just say first. I want to see his reaction. Don't think he should notice me. Oh. Notes toward a new variety of pumpkin. I firmly believe that Heteno village's charm is in the delicious vegetables and milk from our farms, but there's no denying that these things just aren't resonating with the youth nowadays. And I've got no business being mayor if I can't fix that. So I got together with Nak, the best farmer in these parts, and we came up with a new type of pumpkin. The color, shape, and appearance are based on the CC brand aesthetic, which is popular with the young folk. We've hit a snag though. It might be a bit before we can achieve our goal of shipping the pumpkins out. Hope you don't mind. Is she inside? Yes. How goes it? Made any progress on that thing we talked about? You say he's developing a new type of pumpkin? So that's why he's been consulting with Nak so often. You could have just asked CC about it directly, but I know he's too hard-working and stubborn for that. It's a relief to find out the truth. A lot of things make sense now. Like why he went to Ventus Clothing. It's so obvious in hindsight. I'm sorry, that's between me and my husband. Thank you for looking into this for me. I promised you a reward and I keep my promises. Tomat. What a pair the two of them make, if they could just get along. I think he just left. Hey you. Oh, we all the traveler I saw at Ventus Clothing, right? Did you come to check up on me because you were worried? Yeah, I lost my head a little there. I'm not too proud of the way I behaved. But you don't have to worry about me. But don't you worry about me. I have a couple tricks up my sleeve against CC. I might not be able to pull one of them off in time for the mayoral election, so I'm focusing on the second plan to bring back a taste no one's tried here in years. What kind of taste? Way back then, my grandfather worked with someone from the village to create a special kind of food. It was too ahead of its time to catch on, so it never went further than the first trial run, but I never forgot it. Even today I can still recall the gooey mouthfeel of the bite my grandfather shared with me. In the back of my mind, I've always wanted to make it a signature staple of this village. If I could accomplish that, then I'd have something that could stand up to CC. Except, I can't remember who in the village my grandfather worked with or what they have created. Now that I think of it, it also had a unique pungent scent. If I could just smell that aroma again, it might jog my memory. You have to excuse me, I have things I need to take care of. Please don't worry about my problems and just have a nice relaxing time in our village. Have you tried the fresh milk they make on the farm up the hill? Having a glass is a nice way to unwind before bed. Creamy, melty mouthfeel. Yeah, I don't know. Hello. Oh, isn't that the same person? For instance, these position issues, but that don't change Hatena's tradition of living off the land. The years are taking their role. A few more steps I can rest. Oh, hello. Oh, Wharton. Hey there, brother. Oh, if you don't know me, I'm a worker at the inn. Whoever's at the counter right now can help you if you need something. So with my wife, Prima, you'll be dealing with. Every time I show my face around there, she demands to know why I'm not wearing CC brand clothes. So I'm keeping my disturbance until the fad dies down. I never knew my dear Prima was the type to get so worked up about fashion. It's something else, something not related to the inn. Have a shroom. Oh, for me, thanks. My wife loves CC stuff, so I'll save it as a treat for her. I'm not too into the designs myself, but she's pretty pleased with them. And she does look incredibly cute when she wears them too. Yeah, that CC is alright in my book. And I'm not the only one. Koyen from the farm over the hill said the same thing. I think there are 4 people remaining, if I remember correctly. And I'm definitely gonna be visiting the farm up on the hill. Well now, what would you need so late at night? I'm getting on in years, as you can see. I need my full night's rest if I don't want to wake up tired tomorrow. I've got an early start, so if you don't mind, I'll be getting back to sleep. Have a shroom! A gift from Cece, thanks for that. The world of fashion moves too fast for us old folks. But I'm in favor of any mayor who can make sure this village stays a place where the younger folk are happy to live. Bro, I'm barging into somebody's house, waking them up and offering them a political gift. Let's go. Not you. I think yeah, I can see it on the map. It's right up here. Doggo. Have I taken a picture of dogs yet? No. Yes, that is a good doggo. Hello. How do I fix this? Do I dive into the pond? But it's so dark and anyways I can't swim. Huh? What's with the blank stare? Oh, he must be a customer. What do you've got there? Have a shroom. From Cece, huh? But I can see from your but I can see you mean well. What do you mean low battery? I just checked before playing and it was at like 2/3. I can see you mean well enough with the gifts, so I'm happy to accept. Thanks. Sorry, but if you're here on farm business, is my dad you want? He's in the house. I need to get my hands on that message bottle floating in the pond quick. I finally found a letter my great-grandpa left, but Can't reach for it. My arms are too short. Pond's too deep to swim, and anyways, I don't know how. But that letter has the advice I need to get this farm back on its feet. If I don't get my hands on it, we're sunk. Oh, that sounds easy enough. Why is it there anyway? I agree. Now I'm gonna need some kind of raft for that. Oh, there's something. I just need it to float close enough so I can get on top of it and get in a range of the letter with the Ultra Hand. Yes. There you go. Oh. New specialty with mayo, cheese, fermentation, can't name too early. Here? I told you whatever you're after, I'm too busy to... Huh? That's my great-grandpa's message bottle, but how did you... Did you fish it out for me? Thanks. There should be a letter in this bottle with advice for getting our farm back on its feet. Let's see here. Yep, here we go. Gosh, I miss great-grandpa's handwriting. His penmanship was so messy that no one but him and his family could read it. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. New specialty with mayo, cheese, fermentation, can't name too early. Yeah, this could work. Sorry to run, but I have to put great-grandpa's advice into practice right away. If you need me, I'll be back at the house.
Hey.
Right over there, by the way. Come by a bit later so I can thank you for the help. If I play my cards right, I can start making a new signature product. It'll be good not just for our farm, but the whole village. I'm itching to get started. Good trekking, by the way, I just noticed. There we go. I have a picture of you yet. That's the wrong button. Yes, I do. Okay, goodbye. Why does everyone have a side quest for me? Ah, good, you showed up. Take a look at this. I call it Hateno cheese. That message my great-grandpa left behind had the recipe. It's springy on the outside but melty on the inside and so delicious you'll think you're dreaming. But back to the reason I called you here. It's, well, you know. Couldn't have made this without you, so I wanted you to be the first one to have some. Anyway, consider this my thanks. Go on, take it already.
Yeah.
As I understand it, the great-grandpa worked with the mayor back then on this Hateno cheese, but to put our village on the map. But it was ahead of its time. The villagers rejected it. Having eaten this, I think they were nuts. Now is the time for Hateno cheese to make a splash in the culinary world. I'm sick of fashion getting all the attention lately. It's really eating into our business. But if anything will bring the customers in, it's this. I'd say it's time to do some renovation around here. Maybe here is good? No, I like it better this way. Yeah, that'll work. Cheese. Ta-da! The Hateno cheese shop is complete. What do you think? The next step is to get those folks over at the general store to start stocking it. That reminds me, you won't get this offer anywhere else, but around here, I'll give you some for fresh milk instead of rupees. I'll make the dream my great-grandpa gave up on come true, and this farm will be busier than ever in the bargain. So, you'll come visit me again, right? Hello. Well, you're a new face around here, if I'm any judge. This is the village that my house is in, but okay. Welcome to Hateno pasture. Time for me and the cows to both hit the hay. You got something for me? Have a shroom. Here's some CC, isn't that sweet? These are tasty if you try them up as a snack. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate the gift, but me and my daughter Koi and an old man Tok don't care much about clothes. What use is fashion in the field, right? Still, I'm glad that's all you came for. If you told me you were here to pick up some fresh milk, I'd have been in a tight spot, make no mistake. Fresh milk? Oh, don't tell me you haven't heard of my farm's fresh milk. It's the best in Hateno. Secrets in the special feed I make for the cows. It gives their milk an extra little something you don't get anywhere else. Except I've been having trouble getting my hands on the acorns to mix up any more of it. There used to be tons of acorns all over the ground in the forest out back. No idea where they all went. Probably the squirrels started taking over and grabbing them all for themselves. Sometimes they'll drop the acorns they carry with the cheeks as you startle them, but they're quick little critters. I need at least 3 acorns to make my special feed, so it's a real problem for me. Do I have 3 of them? Yeah, okay. How many do I have, actually? Is it like 1? Where are they? I don't think I have any, actually. Wait. Yeah, they would be up here, I think. Okay, well. The forest. What do you mean by forest? This? No shit. Are you actually? Oh, there's a cave. Actually, I wonder... Can I get inside the ancient deck? Oh! There's a shrine. A little hidden bugger, ain't it? Oh, it's just a blessing. Huh. Magic Scepter. Oh, then I assume it's probably just a straight upgrade to the Magic Rod. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen the behind of this structure. Interesting. One. All right. Ooh. Damn it. Well, it's close, but I don't think I'll make it. If I try. It's worth a try, I suppose, but... Oh. Can't even get as close to it as I would like. Yeah, that didn't really work, did it? Oh, oh. There's several things over here. Okay, where is your friend? How? Well... What is that? Ah. Yeah, nah. Won't be needing that. Now let's make it straight though. That's not straight, but not in the middle. There we go. There you go. Now let's just set you on the right course. And that's a bit off. That should work. Alright, have fun. Wow, that sucks. Excuse me? Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. There we go. Yeah, just keep going that way. You'll get there, I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Yeah. There we go. That's great. That wasn't intentional. Oh well. Anyway, nuts. We need them now. You. What do you want with an old man like me? Have a shroom. You say some sea. Well, that's generous of her, thanks. What's this? There's a fine-looking mushroom you've brought me. Seems like lately Cece's mushrooms are popping up everywhere around here. Makes my eyes water a bit to see those flashy colors wherever I turn. My family and all my friends of age tend to take life slower than she does. Still and all, it would be rude to turn down a generous gift. Thank you. Oh shit, that was everyone. Okay. Now, if only I could get some nut action. Was that scary enough? No. But do I have to kill the squirrel? Where's the rest? Is that one? No. These are mushrooms. What if I get up here? Still no. Ah. I'm kind of expecting Gloom Hands to show up again. As last time I was in a little forest like this. Well, that was a bit of a traumatic experience, to say the least. Lizard. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll just get nuts. If I keep trying this. relying on squirrels to spawn randomly. I think I'll just come back here. Try to remember this objective and come back here when I have enough nuts on me. Tulin? No? Okay. Alright. Oh, have you handed them out already? Oh, we've delivered all my little gifts, I see. Well done. That's ought to help a few of those Reed voters to see the light. Here you are, a sign of my gratitude. Wow. It's a rare mushroom worth more than most can afford. And as you can see on Team CC, I expect you to eat it and fire yourself up to the mayoral election coming up. Okay. What do you want? She saddled me with so much work when she put in my charge of the mayoral election. Oh, hello. Don't I remember you from before? I'm sorry for all the commotion you got mixed up in. But since we are both involved now, could you give me a little advice? Sure. Ah, should have expected that. The thing I need your advice on is my sister. It's about CC. Lately she's been sneaking off alone in the middle of the night. I don't think it's anything sinister, but the election is soon and I don't want any last-minute surprises to hurt her chances. So I'd like you to tail my sister, find out where she's going and what she's up to, and get back to me. I tried following her myself, but she spotted me right away. You really got an earful about it too. If you succeed in finding out what she's doing, I can reward you, of course. If you're the only one I can ask for help. I don't want any of the villagers finding out until I know what's going on. Help me out, please. And then I suppose we'll just have to wait around a bit. What's your problem? Whether it's raining spears or just regular rain, I never slack off guarding the place. Not that it ever rains spears, granted. What's the matter? You can tell me, very weirdly handsome dude. You look like you've been places. Sure, things are peaceful in the old village, but it's a jungle out there in the world. That's why I stick around here, checking out the scene, making sure there are no strangers put moves on Miss Ivy. Wait, I mean, that's why I make sure no strangers coming from outside to disturb the peace. Ivy. You forgot the miss. I always add the miss. Miss Ivy, I don't know, is a poster girl for the Eastwind General Store. There's no problem if you want to talk to Miss Eve. Just keep the naive, I just moved here and want somebody to show me around act to a minimum. Not that anyone would be as young, guyish or fashionable as me. By the way, quick question for you, big guy. What kind of present do you think would make Miss Ivy at Eastwind happy? Not asking for me, you understand. A friend wanted advice, and I'm having a tough time with the answer. Obviously, I can't just go ask her directly. Let me know if you think of something. Which one? The general store? Is the rain getting you down? Well, come in and get dry browsing our wares. Welcome to the Tenno village, here for some sightseeing. The Eastwind General Store is open for business. If you're here for Tenno village's famous fresh produce, you're in the right place. Or if you'd like this super cute CC hat, you can hit the store across the way, Vanta's Clothing. They are featuring a new line of hats right now. Thanks to CC, this village is the place to be. She's drawing in so many tourists that our sales are going up too. CC's putting our village on the map. What do you like? I'm not sure what kind of a question is that, but he's still looking at me, so I should say something. Maybe frogs? Sure, why not? I like frogs. If I had 100 hot-footed frogs, I would be incredibly happy. Oops, I couldn't think of anything. I just told him what my dad likes instead. Okay. Not trying to be rude, buddy, but what were you doing with Miss Ivy from the general store? Sure, I noticed. I've been checking her out for a long... I mean, a friend of a friend tipped me off. I talked to her. You went and asked what Miss Ivy likes? Right to her face? What's the idea? Oh, gotta play it smooth. Can't let him guess I'm the one dying to know. Alright then, so what is it? What does Miss Ivy want? I can't leave my friend's friend hanging. She wants hot-footed frogs, and 100 of them at that? Yeah, that checks out. Miss Ivy's love for animals is just one of the many charming things about her. Or so my friend's friend is always saying. That was a close one, I better play smooth. Still, collecting 100 hot-footed frogs seems like a big job, even for someone you love. But not if I had help. You traveler types go into wells and caves all the time, right? That's just the kind of place where you find frogs. You don't even have to go far. Didn't I hear about a bunch of frogs in a well somewhere in this village? Maybe I should check it out later. What? I didn't say anything, huh? Look, let's focus on how helpful it would be if you gathered 10 of those frogs. There's a reward in it for you. Would you do it for my friend's sake? No, I'm good. I'm good, thanks. Anyway, guess we'll just wait around here to see where she goes. See these nuts. Ah! Oh shit. Don't lie to me, there is no writing on that sign. Where should I sit and wait? By the time I figure out, it will be friggin' nighttime anyway. That tree looks interesting though. I love cherry blossoms in this game. I just noticed that is a long foot. That is a very long foot. What kind of shoes do I have on? The Glyctites. Yeah, I think it's just the weird shoes that this outfit comes with. Okay, you know what? I'll just stand here. Actually, up there. That would be perfect. There we go. And just wait for the night here. Sit until night. Now keep an eye on CC. Did that not initiate a side quest? Come on. It's almost 10 PM. Oh, there she goes. There's no way she'd spot me from up here, right? Wait, no, no way. Is she going into the condemned house? She actually is. Oh boy. I knew it would have some significance. Alright. No. Oh great, perfect timing, mate. Perfect. I do believe nobody saw me. I'm free to enjoy another of my late night meals in secret. Ah, how I enjoy my nightly vegetables. The shine, the luster, the fragrance. Yes, indeed. Now this is luxury dining. And so without further ado, let us tuck in. So scrumptious, the crisp, smooth taste is a sign they were grown on a diet of pure water. Thanks to the farmer's deft touch and the quality of the soil, I can even eat the skin without misgivings. Honestly, vegetables from anywhere but Hateno village simply don't count. They are nowhere near as filling. Though I've built a reputation on flash and glamour here in private, I must admit that the simple, unadorned things are the best. There's simply no denying it, alas. But now that I'm full for tonight, it's best that I return home. If I don't return quickly, Sophie might start to suspect something. Yo! Did I just skip the blood moon? I wonder if that actually skipped it. Or I just didn't see the cutscene, but like the enemy still respawned. Give me a minute. Alright. Sorry about this. I know it's a tall order, asking you to tail my sister, but I'm just so nervous about her. Really? The silo across the way? What? I thought she'd been hiding something big. Is that really all there was to it? I know my sister says a lot about charisma and style, and has to do everything in the most ostentatious way possible. But between you and me, her tastes are pretty plain. She loves the slow life here in her town or village. She probably told you she came back here because of development or whatever. But the truth is, she just wanted to eat the vegetables grown right here in her hometown again. At least I'm pretty sure that's the case. Either way, I'm so glad she wasn't up to anything scandalous. I want you to have this in exchange for helping me out. My sister is really a handful sometimes. Both she and Reed want the same things, you know. Can't understand why the two of them don't just work together instead of going to such bizarre lengths. Alright, so what's next? We found out both of their secret. How do we advance the story? Do I talk to her? You getting out my vote. I'm certain those Reed partisans will still delight. Excellent work, darling. Be assured that I shan't forget all you've done. Once the election begins in earnest, I hope you'll be on hand to witness my triumphant ascendance to public office. Doesn't seem like it. But then what? I'll just go check out the school. Can't believe I'm getting frogs for this dude. That is a bit smaller than I expected. Also, what? Are these made of wood? What? What's the point of toy tires made of wood? I thought the point was that they were like rubbery and soft. Help wanted. Apply to become a teacher. Want to show children the joy of learning? No experience necessary. Inquire at the school for more information. Prospective applicants are welcome to sit in on a lesson. Simon. Yes, what is it? Oh, it's you, Link. Haven't seen you in... Link, you're back? Ah, my apologies for the outburst. Clearly you're back in town, then. Well, what of Princess Zelda? Princess Zelda is still missing, which is the reason you came here alone. That makes more sense. Princess Zelda built this school, you see. She cared so much about the children. I'm sure this would be one of her first stops if she had returned. Right now we're covering history, which was very important to Princess Zelda. We're focusing on Hyrule's history alongside the Calamity. You know, Link, you're welcome to sit on a lesson if you'd like. Okay, when? Is that the entirety of Hyrule? Yeah, it is. Nice. Guess I'll just wait a bit. Ooh, a diary. Read student evaluations. Esther is one of Meda's children. She's a very active girl. I believe we have Meda to thank for that charming bobcat she sports. She loves her father and always wants to talk about his comings and goings. Lately she's been especially focused on the Hylian tomatoes Meda is growing. For a time she seemed out of sorts after Miss Cece brought their house next to the clothing shop. But she was back to her usual self bright self soon enough, noting that her new home is cute, colorful, and close to froggy. She was a real knack for finding the silver lining in every situation. Carrion is the only daughter of the mayor and his wife. She's kind-hearted but shy and seems to lack self-confidence. She's very perceptive though. She has a way of seeing right to the core of things. I'm sure you know, Princess, that Mayor Reed has been breeding vegetables to appeal to the younger generation. It was Carrion who first noticed that her peers were losing interest in produce. She figured this out based on nothing but the number of customers and total items in stock at this general store. I see her one day becoming a scholar to rival Pura, possibly even surpassing her. Azu is the brother of Ivy from the general store, but he'll tell you his true identity is A-Zoom, the big-time hero. He and Sephiroth used to be inseparable, but ever since the dye shop started getting more clients, A-Zoom has been left to patrol after school alone. Although his mother is Emira, one of the town gossips, he keeps a close eye on the goings-on within the village. It may seem like a simple child's play, but people really do straighten up when they know they are being watched. As long as he's on patrol, I think we have nothing to fear in Hateno village from any would-be evildoers. Sephiroth is the son of Sage, but from the dye shop. He's a bit of a firebrand, but also one of my brightest students. After class, he always selects a book to read quietly by himself. He already reads at an adult level and doesn't shy away from difficult subjects such as the Calamity. The family business has been blooming ever since Cece came to town, which may make it hard for him to study at home. Sage has an artisan's spirit, and would rather have his son helping out at the store rather than going to school. Everyone learns differently. I want our school to be a place where children can get an education no matter their needs. I understand you'll be heading soon to Hyrule Castle to investigate the reports of strange phenomena in there. I trust you'll be fine with Link at your side. Nevertheless, I can't shake the strange tightness in my chest. It's similar to what I felt right before the Calamity, come to think of it. The children know you as Miss Zelda, their beloved teacher and mentor, where I know that Princess Zelda's duties are wider ranging than that. Take care, Princess, and return to us soon. I'll have a drink. Oh? Well, good morning to you. A shame about this weather, isn't it? Today's lesson concerns Hyrule's history alongside the Calamity. To study history is to learn from those who came before us. A thorough understanding of the past is essential if our children hope to build a better future. You're welcome to sit in on the class and observe if you like. Okay. Now? Just what road led to Hyrule becoming the place it is today? I believe that in order for our children to have a bright future, they must first learn about the Calamity. I'd be pleased if you joined us for today's lesson, Link. Me too, especially if you cleared up some odd things about this game. Yeah, can I do that? Is it now? How do I join you? Now? Yes. Today's class will be a history lesson. The story of Hyrule is deeply intertwined with the Calamity, and that is no exaggeration or embellishment. The Calamity has been visited upon the land of Hyrule several times before. It was sealed away 10,000 years ago by the sacred princess and the hero wielding the sword that seals the darkness. Isn't that just a fairy tale? Over time, history and legend sometimes blur together. All this stuff about 10,000 years ago and such, who cares? You got any pictures or proof to back up this so-called 10,000-year-old Calamity? It's no fairy tale, I assure you. These are real historical events. This is a problem. I'll need to show them some kind of depiction of the Calamity from 10,000 years ago. Otherwise, this lesson is over before it began. I'm sorry, Link, this isn't how I thought the lesson would go. If I had more foresight, I'd have borrowed the screen depicting the Calamity from Lady Impa's hall. Kakariko village, where the hall is located, is also in Necluda, but it's too far for the northwest for a casual visit. If only I could show these children a detailed image of the screen depicting the Calamity, I think they'd understand. Although I suppose it isn't Lady Impa's hall now, is it? More accurate to call it Lady Paya's hall. Oh boy, it's another fetch quest. Great. Okay, in that case, I think we'll continue exploring. Where was... Wait, is it to the south? No, that's the tree. I think I'll leave that tree be for a bit. What else? The blue... Ah yes, the blue marker is where I need to go. Alright. Might as well use the machine. Shit. Never mind. We need to go mining. And soon. The weather isn't the best for this right now. If I just keep running up... Okay, this might just work. Oh, cold. Enemies, great. Anyway. Wow, mate, that looks like a skill issue. Screw you. So give me a second. Okay. Oh, they're still shooting at me? Oh wait, that's the way. And the dragon is actually quite close, huh? Wasn't expecting it to be. I don't happen to have any of the things I need for the... I do have a steering wheel, actually. I might be able to... I mean, I might have enough materials to just... to build it with a stick. Yes. Let's go. Can I make it up there? Well, probably not to the summit, but actually no. I'll take a breather here. That's the right orientation, yes. Don't hit it. Don't! I said don't! Did it fall down? I mean, it got pretty high, so it's not the end of the world if it did. I can keep going without it. Yeah, I can't see it. Oh, it fell down there. Oh, wait. This is made of ice. No, I will need it. Okay. But in that case... let's try this again. Hopefully with less screwing up. Good. Why the metal box? And there's a hole. Which I think I might just enter. Let me see, anything interesting? How the fuck did you get so far in so little time? What the heck is that? That looks interesting. This game and Breath of the Wild in a nutshell. What the heck is that? That looks interesting. Actually, no, I can't take off my pants. Or switch them, rather. Because of the issues. Also, I just remembered the memory. I completely forgot about getting the memory. We'll have to do that too in a bit. Let there be light. That's a lot of light. Oh, there's the next one. Also, I've heard... Wait, is that one of those blocks? The flux constructs? Yes, oh, and it's a number 2. Interesting. Might try to fight it, actually. But first... want to light up the area. Let's see, where would it be the safest to cross? Actually, right here. Yeah. That's deep. Damn, that's deep. Okay. That is definitely helping. Is the flux lit up yet? Yes, it is. I want to fight it. But let's not forget that what we came here for is ore. Is that a mine? Indeed it is. Okay. So that's where we're going after the flux construct. seems to be similar enough. Hey, spot me and take a more interesting form. Why? There you go. It is literally the same form. Alright then. Where is your important part? There it is. I almost got it in one go. Get down here. What if I just do the... Oh. Okay, actually I know what I need to do. Come on. I don't like you up here. There we go. And you give me 2 of those things. And as it happens... Wait, is this 2 things? No, this is 1 thing. Okay. I think I have some stuff, yes, that really like Zonai shit. $32. Could be worse. I was hoping for something a little bit better, but alright, I'll take it. Now then, the mine. Oh, great. Skill issue. Give me that Zonite. Right now. Oh, he's still chasing me? Dumbass. Give me the sniper bow. Very nice. Okay, they saw me. Oh no. No, go away. If I hit that lad... Oh, that's still an enemy. If I hit that lad head on, it's gonna hurt. So let's not do that. Does this have any part I haven't photographed yet? Yes, it does. A gnarled wooden stick. Thank you. Wow. There we go. Gonna need the sniper one back. There. Wonder if there's anything else around here. Doesn't seem like it. Alright. Now let's get to mining. Great. Where was that hammer? Is it still there? Hope it didn't despawn yet. Yep. Gimme. 15 damage? Alright. As long as you can break things, I don't care how much damage you have, honestly. Oh boy. This won't last long. Actually, that reminds me, can I use you for mining? No shit. Although you scatter things a little bit. I mean, that shouldn't be that much of a problem most of the time. Although... I think I'll take that back, actually. There it is. Oh, right. You know what I could do? Is try out doing this. Still don't have wheels, do I? No. I mean fans. I do have wheels, but I need fans. And now... do that. No! Don't you! Can you? There we go. Okay. But this should work now. Now I have something I can use to discover the entirety of this place. Oh yeah. This is good. I think something took notice of me. Hello? Anything interesting down there? Actually, yes. You can't hit me from there. And if the gyro wasn't fighting against me, I could actually aim as well. There we go. Oh, what? Okay, you know what? Actually... Oh, come on! Wasted. What? Oh, that guy was Ice Elemental! Oh shit. Didn't realize. Okay, well. I'll just drop this down. Hope it'll be fine. It was fine, okay. Do I have anything long? Yes, I do. That wasn't long enough. Idiot. Mining. Alright, how much do I have now? $41. That should be enough for now, I think. Alright. Now, what was the issue with that tower? I discovered it. I never got inside. Actually, I can just drop down there, can't I? Alright. It was this way. Yes, indeed. Actually, do I have anything I could cook? Bruh. Hearts. Oh yeah. Oh, the stamina was lost though, that's a shame. Alright. And the tower I'm looking for is right there. Okay, so what's your problem? Okay, I remember now. I think the issue here was that I need to find a hole. Which apparently I suck at finding holes because holy shit, this was quick. Oh, I remember the problem now. No. I just didn't have bomb arrows to break through these. And now I don't need them. Oh lord, that's a lot of rock. Oh my god. Okay. That should work. And for the rest of the cave, might as well explore it a little. On second thought. There we go. Huh? How did you get inside? Can I just whack it? Oh. I see the problem. What? It opened! How in the world did you manage to fix it? I can't believe a couple of sticks caused all this hassle. I wonder if those were in there to begin with, or just fell over somehow, or if some monster did that on purpose. Either way, that really helped. Thank you. Well, the mechanisms aren't working quite right. I'll just give them a bit of oil. Ta-da! Wasn't a big problem, so a little oil cleared it right up. Right, I'm going to hurry on ahead. This is goodbye. Finally got this 2 dungeons later. And there we go. Next stop is Kakariko. Is this Kakariko? I think it is. Should be. Oh wow, Kakariko doesn't look too hot right now. An upright device. I think I know what you want from me. Oh. Oh, I see. How will this help me get over? Oh, maybe I just have to... glide. What the heck is that? Oh yeah. Now what? Is that too far away to move? I could grab this. Oh no, I can't. Oh, wow. know what, I really should just have this on at all times. Oh, you want me to make a catapult? Okay. I can do that. Alright, let's see. That works. Too bad it didn't land in the hole, but that's okay. Well, it will get there eventually, even without my help. But that's okay. Oh, there's more puzzle to be had. Where is the other receptacle, though? Is it back here? I don't remember seeing one. Or maybe this isn't even the secret. What if this catapult is for me? In which case I'm not sure where the secret is, but... eh. Ah! Okay, well that respawned. So did that. But wait. If I have to use this as a catapult, then why... Well, I guess I'll just bring it with me. Try to catapult it and see if that helps. No. Okay, well. I'll just go by myself then. Ah. It's not high enough. Hey, Mikey. I thought I would have to launch myself as well, but... oh, probably with this one, actually. Looks a bit taller. That is not what I said. Okay, that works. Monkey. Ah, hello, Pyre. I came.
Yeah.
The ring ruins are the most intriguing ruins I've ever researched. Especially this one, that way part of it that floats up there. We had the foresight to focus all on these special ruins and invite the survey team to take a look right away. I'm impressed, Chief Pyre. Oh no, I'm no chief. I just couldn't refuse my predecessor when she decided to pass the title to me rather suddenly. I'm really a chief in name only, since I still have a great deal to... Is that you, Master Link? I'm so happy that I get to see you again. You look different. I'm overjoyed that both you and Princess Zelda are safe, Master Link. What? Princess Zelda is still missing? That just confuses the matter more. You see, I actually met with the princess not too long ago. It was immediately after the upheaval. Princess Zelda came here to Kakariko village. She ordered us to stay far away from the ring ruin that floats above us, no matter what. I saw her myself, the princess, right before my eyes. She left as soon as she arrived. I wasn't able to ask her anything more about these unusual instructions. We thought it was to protect the villagers from harm. This ruin does look like it could crash down at any moment. That's what Pyre and I suspect at least. But still, I know you would not misspeak, Master Link, especially on a matter of such importance. How confusing. Oh, my apologies, Master Link. I was so pleased to see you, I completely forgot common courtesy. Please allow me to introduce Mr. Taro, an esteemed member of the Zonai survey team. I invited him here to investigate the ring ruins that fell on our village. He has incredibly deep knowledge of the Zonai civilization. He's even familiar with Zonai script. He is truly an incredibly talented individual. Hi. It's clear that the floating ring ruin that we were forbidden to explore is a unique and incredibly valuable find. Several more ring ruins with such a shape have fallen down around the village. Most have broken apart in some way. What's fascinating is that a stone slab with writing was found at each side. Deciphering the text showed that each slab contains rather interesting content, including mention of sages. There's still so much we don't understand. I think that perhaps the ruin floating in the air also has a slab that makes mention of the sages. I can't investigate, as that would go against Princess Zelda's direct orders. If only I could meet with her again, I'm sure I could persuade her to change her mind. In any case, I'm having trouble squaring your story about Princess Zelda with the Princess Zelda we met. If everything's alright, why won't she just show herself? She must have some reason. Until we find out Princess Zelda's true intentions, we have no choice but to trust her and leave that ruin alone. Master Link, that is to say, I'm terribly grateful that you've come to speak with me, truly. However, you're, just a bit underdressed, don't you think? Toro, an explorer whose passion for field research is unrivaled. He lives to make big discoveries, and he spent a long time traveling solo, investigating ruins. He is also an expert in reading Zonai writing. Princess Zelda found him to be the perfect choice for leading the Zonai survey team. Well then, there are two things I'm very interested in, both of which I believe should be found inside here. I am the chief now. Oh, is that really you? Link? Why, it's been some time. You gave me quite a shock. I didn't expect to see you appear here in our village. And right now, too, while our chief's is... I suppose you haven't heard, the former chief Impa retired. Now Lady Paya is the chief of Kakariko village. I've been working as her assistant, but... Lady Paya is ignoring her responsibilities. She won't listen to anything I say. All of these ring ruins have her full attention. There we go. Pura, pura, pura. Yes. Perhaps it's a side effect of returning to my previous form from 100 years ago, but I had a dream about that time. Back then, Robbie and I did whatever we pleased at the Royal Ancient Lab. Age reversal experimentation explosions, warping failure explosions, explosion prevention device explosions. I recall us trying things that likely would have gotten us tossed out of Impa and Princess Zelda hadn't covered for us. Impa scolded me often, but never too harshly, and those were fun times. I haven't decided where to hide 3 of my 4 diary volumes yet. Seems like a good idea to hide one of them away in my own room. I've been at Lookout Landing a lot lately. Maybe I should go back to the lab in Hateno village to place the diary. Okay. That is also an ongoing project. Getting into the Hateno Ancient Tech Lab. Read Paya's diary of a chief. Sure. One day, grandmother said to me, "You're grown up, Paya." It took me by surprise, so I simply nodded. She nodded back and said, "It's settled. As of today, you are the chief." And so it was. Suddenly I was the chief. But what can I hope to achieve? Just like grandmother, I have Dorian as my aide, for which I'm grateful, yet for some reason he seems troubled. Grandmother has become obsessed with old books. I'm hesitant to reach out to her with my concerns. I fear this chief's hat my grandmother has given me is far too heavy for me to bear. Literally, it rather hurts my head. It happened suddenly, without warning. I was so frightened by the impact, it was as though someone had taken hold of this world and given it a violent shake. The air grew stagnant, weapons decayed, and the ruins fell from a somber sky shrouded in dark clouds. How fortunate that none of the villagers were injured. As for the village itself, it has been utterly transformed. 5 large ring-shaped ruins fell down upon the village, and a large opening in the ground has been spotted at East Hill. Even with everything that is happening, grandmother said that she was going to set out on a journey with Kado. I tried to stop her from going at a time like this, but she insisted that such times are precisely why she must go. I had no choice but to bid her farewell. Her eyes seemed to wordlessly say that she was shouldering some great mission. There were 11 peculiar symbols depicted in the books the grandmother was reading. Could they somehow be related to her sudden departure? I told Pura of Lookout Landing about our village's situation. She said ring-shaped ruins are incredibly unusual. Realizing this could be a good opportunity to help with the village, I made arrangements with the Zonai survey team at once. I returned home to greet them, and that's when Princess Zelda arrived at the village. She seemed almost like a doll of herself, the same outside but no spirit within. I could not hide my uncertainty. She forbade anyone from entering the broken and partially floating ruin. Then that's when she left, just like that. She would not mention the village's awful condition or have any words of kindness for our villagers. The Zonai survey team has arrived at our village. Their leader, Toro, is truly incredible and has already found a clue in the quest to decipher the Zonai writing. I tentatively named the ruins that fell upon our village the Ring Ruins. It seemed the obvious choice. The villagers have treated me with such warmth. They even embraced my decision for us to coexist with the Ring Ruins. Of their own volition, some of the villagers volunteered to aid research, and others for patrol duty. It is humbling to behold. Dorian's sweet little daughter Coco even crafted souvenir items called ring garlands. Before I knew it, our days of never having visitors had passed. Our quiet village seems to have regained its vigor. Before all else, we must learn more about the Ring Ruins. It is my responsibility as chief to see that it is done. I intend to fulfill my duties as chief in a manner that is slightly different from my grandmother's way. Gone is the chief who sits in her hall with quiet wisdom. That is what the village needed of her then, but no longer. I must keep moving forward so that when she returns I can greet my dear grandmother with a triumphant smile. Ah, and there we go. That is exactly what I'm looking for. The Breath of the Wild loading banner on the Wii U. Perfect. Alright. Can't believe Zelda stole my house. Oh yeah, fun fact, I read up on it. The reason the champion's photo is missing from my room is because for whatever reason they didn't just treat it as a canon thing, but it's another thing that carries over from your Breath of the Wild save file. And I guess if you played Breath of the Wild on the Wii U, then you're screwed. You don't remember the champions anymore. Or I don't know. Something. Ah, hello, Link. If it's alright with you, I'd like your help in researching the Calamity. Right now, my stumbling block is figuring out how to help the children understand the lesson I'm teaching. Wish I could show the children a detailed image of the screen depicting the Calamity found in Kakariko Village. Think they'd understand it in no time if they had a visual aid like that. Bro. Maybe I have to actually do it. Oh, I can't sleep in your bed. That's lame. In that case, I'll set your house on fire. Where's the flint? Oh, there we go. Noon. Noon sounds okay. They surely must be in school by then. Oh, there we go. So you weren't here before, but on the previous evening, so I guess that's the failsafe then. In the previous evening, there was the blood moon was coming up, but then I entered a cutscene that skipped to the morning, and I was wondering, well, what now? Did the blood moon happen, or did I skip the blood moon? Apparently the game just does it anyway on the next day. So, for this class we'll be going over the Calamity again. Let's just start by reviewing our last lesson. Mrs. Simon, can you prove any of this? Isn't it more likely that over time history and legend started to blur together? Are we talking about stuff that happened 10,000 years ago? Can you point to any paintings or images that actually show there was a calamity 10,000 years ago? I can see I'll have to actually show the class the screen depicting the calamity to move my lesson plan forward. I have a picture to show. What's this? A screen depicting the calamity? Class, please take note here. It's a rare opportunity to see a primary source regarding the calamity. Wow, this looks like the real thing. So legend was true? Amazing. You know, seeing it makes it feel like it might have happened yesterday. Well, if you got documented proof, that's good enough for me. Go on, Mr. Simon, tell us the rest of the story about the calamity. Ah, of course. Thank you so much, Link. My lecture about the calamity might run long, but I hope you'll stay for it anyway. No, tell me, I'm very curious about what the hell happened between the previous game and now. Mainly the divine beasts and the guardians and the shrines and the towers. The calamity has visited this land of Hyrule several times over. Actually, give me a minute, I'll sip a little bit. Nice tracking. That's better. However, 10,000 years ago, there were divine beasts built by the Sheikah using their advanced technology. Each of them was controlled by a skilled pilot as well. With the sword that seals the darkness and the power of the sacred princess, the ancient heroes stopped the calamity. For a long while after that, the lands of Hyrule knew peace. But the time when the people forgot about the calamity was the moment it returned to menace them once more. Tell us more, when did all this happen? This all happened about 100 years ago. It began with an oracle prophesying the calamity's return. The royal family took their clues from legends of the past. They found and excavated the divine beasts. Skilled members of the Rito, Goron, Zora and Gerudo peoples were selected to pilot them. They were called the Champions. With the wielder of the sword that seals the darkness and the sacred princess, all the pieces from the legend were in place. But this time the calamity would not be bested so easily. Did something happen? Sadly, the sacred princess was unable to awaken the holy power within her. The divine beasts were taken over by the calamity. Those selected to pilot them lost their lives in the process. Worse still, the hero wielding the sword that seals the darkness was badly hurt, just when all seemed lost. The sacred princess came into her power and devoted her whole being to keeping the calamity at bay for 100 years. Is everyone following along so far? After spending 100 years dormant, the hero wielding the sword that seals the darkness awakened, his wounds healed. He won back the divine beasts with the help of several allies, including some of the champion's descendants. And in the end, the hero defeated the calamity and the secret princess stopped the evil one. Sorry, I got a little emotional there at the end. It's a true story though. All that we have, our land, our lives, our civilization, we owe it to those who fought it through the centuries. I wanna be like the ancient hero and give the next generation good lives too. That went splendidly. Words cannot convey my satisfaction. And I couldn't have done it without you showing us the screen, Link. Once again, thank you so much for your assistance. Oh, that's right, you should have something for all your help. What would this do? Sure. With the new vegetables being developed, they're harvesting less rice these days. That's a shame. And it's a favorite of mine. You should taste it yourself, Link. Speaking of rice, our next subject is home economics. I plan to use the occasion to talk up dishes that use Hylian rice. So this just made everything even more confusing. That's great. I mean, I guess he didn't directly mention the shrines and the old shrines and the old towers, but I mean, I know guardians are definitely supposed to exist because there's one right up there. And everything that happened in Breath of the Wild still seems to be canon. So I'm just more and more confused by the day. Great. Hopefully we can get access to the Eterno Ancient Tech Lab relatively quickly. And I think I'll probably leave it at that for today. So remember that fragment I had, the one that showed us a single mysterious figure? I found more fragments among the things our survey team brought back from the depths. And guess what? They fit together like puzzle pieces. Ta-da, just look! Feast your eyes upon this amazing mural. The scene shows that there's a whole series of statues down there, like the one you found for me last time. But what really caught my attention is the way they're oriented. Each figure is pointed toward the next one in the series, until one ends with the last statue facing the final destination, a building that looks like a temple. Also, see those large ears on the figure at the front of the building? That's got to be one of the Zonai. And then there's that strange hand symbol that seems to be responding to whatever the Zonai is doing. So, to collect my thoughts on all of this, I'm pretty sure if you follow the gaze of each of those statues down there, you'll reach that structure. I'm also betting that temple-like building holds something of Zonai origin. I've heard that the Zonai wielded mysterious powers. I wonder if this correlates to those powers. Of course, all of this is just speculation on my part, so that's where you come in, swordsman. I want you to find the temple structure depicted in the mural. Initially I figured I could just go by myself, so I gathered a bunch of bright blooms and supplies. But they pulled the kid card on me and said I couldn't go into the depths. So, here. Oh, you can have these too. Very nice, thank you. Bright blooms and arrows are perfect for exploring the depths. There's the added bonus of that checking out the depths might provide us with clues to help find Princess Zelda. So if all works out, maybe you'll snag some mysterious power for yourself and gain clues about Princess Zelda. Nothing but good things, right? Thanks for your help with this, swordsman.
What?
You mean to tell me you already found the temple? And what was in there? Auto build. This the ability to instantly replicate things you've built and schema stones. So there really was a Zonai temple housing a mysterious tower down in the depths. That may also mean that some of the things collected from the depths may give us other clues. Wait here just a sec. Not that, nope, not that either. Aha, here we go. Here, swordsman. Ooh, nice. It's a schema stone for a balloon, right? So if you use this with auto build, you could replicate a balloon, right? I'm thinking.
Yeah.
That balloon over there belongs to Goggles, but it's broken right now. I think you could be able to fix it with auto build. Yep, so exciting. I want to see it in action pronto. I'll go prepare it real quick.
Okay.
Swordsman, everything's ready. Please demonstrate how auto build replicates things. There. I can't believe it. You rebuilt the balloon in an instant. This mysterious power goes beyond scientific explanation. Goggles. Goggles! What are you yelling about, Joshua? Inconceivable! My balloon is fixed. This must be the mysterious power this Zonai had. I never thought I'd see such a marvel with my very own eyes. Thank you for making this a reality. Please, take this. I've been saving it for a special occasion. Nice. Still haven't been able to figure out what that is. By judging from that light, it's gotta be Zonai in origin. Since you can use Zonai powers, I think it would be better for you to have it. There was an incredible power lying hidden in the depths after all. I think I'll keep researching the depths going forward. Who knows, I just might find a clue about Princess Zelda. If you make any new discoveries in the depths, please let me know, swordsman. Yes? Did you need something, swordsman? No way! Koga, the leader of the Yiga clan, was there. Oh, this is dangerous. I've got to regain my composure. Okay, come this way. So you faced Koga in the depths. What's the leader of the Yiga clan up to down there? From what I know, the Yiga clan is a super dangerous group that schemes against the kingdom of Hyrule. And Koga has headed out for you and Princess Zelda for a long time. He'd do anything to put an end to your lives. Despite everything we're looking into already, we just can't take our eyes off this threat. Besides, Koga could know what's happened to the princess. That would make a lot of sense. If you do go after him, please keep in mind that it'll be continuing my research in the depths from right here. Oh, by the way, do you know about the Forest of Time south of Hyrule Field? There's a chasm there, and I've gotten reports of another series of statues found at the bottom of it. These statues are different from the one you showed me using the camera. They seem to point the way somewhere too, and do come near where you got your auto build ability. But they don't stop there. These statues lead farther southwest into the depths. Where they go is anyone's guess, but I bet the destination far beyond that building we're seeing. We've also learned about still another kind of statue than those that lead southwest. These are in Lanayru to the east. That region has many chasms. You'll find one of these statues at the bottom of two of them. One is on land in the Lanayru wetlands, the other is north of Kakariko village. All of these statues have stronger resemblance to the Zora, and these seem to lead towards the east. Given the first statue we investigated helped guide you to a destination, I think these statues are probably guides to somewhere too. God, I'm so motivated right now. I'll keep gathering info about the depths so I can be useful to you, swordsman. Check back later, okay? You're dressed weird. Okay, let's go. I really appreciate you fixing up my balloon. Ultra thanks. That automobile thing is pretty darn amazing. I should have a good think about that, all the practical uses of that someday. Oh, that reminds me. Hey you, listen up. Now that Josh has solved the mystery of that slate, I can return to the Purapad laboratory in Hateno village. If you go there, I can make you even more improvements to your Purapad, starting with the sensor. You'll find a lab in East Nakluda, off in the southeast corner of Hyrule. On its far side is Hateno village. Go a bit farther than that and you'll see a mighty peculiar place. Don't get the looks fool you, it's a cutting-edge lab. Alright, I'm going to head over there. I'll be waiting for you to arrive. See you in Hateno village. Don't keep me waiting. Let's go. Yes, what do you see an old man out walking and assume he's got nothing but free time? Might not seem busy to you, but taking care of the cuckoos that Temna left in my care is a big part of my day. Though I'd help out a little bit now that her husband's gone to do his part over at Lookout Landing. Every day I take cuckoos on a walk up to the hill to here. This laboratory is mostly used by a pair of researchers, Pure and Robbie. Nobody used it for a long spell, but now it seems Robbie's back. Better find where I put those earplugs. That's a good remix. I like that remix. It's a combination of both ancient tech labs. Okay. Is the diary here yet? Because I did check last time, but it wasn't. Nope, it's still gone. Even though the diary in Kakariko mentions that one of them should be here. I don't know. Ah, what a fine afternoon! Hey, you! The PurePad laboratory is ready for us to do some great things together. First, let's get that sensor up and running. Come on, let me see that PurePad with it. This will only take a moment. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Nice. Done so! Now this sensor will make a sound if there are shrines near you. Okay, that wraps up my chatting about it. Try testing out the sensor. That's odd. The sensor reacts when you're moving toward a shrine. The shrine in the cave at the bottom of this hill, but the sensor isn't reacting to it whatsoever. Oh, because I've already been to there. What, you already found it? I'd expect nothing less from you. The sensor will be invaluable. It is the product of my brilliance after all. I'd expect nothing less from me. Well, I've told you what you need to know about that sensor, but I fear it's gone in one ear and out the other. So hang on a minute. Okay, the details look correct, and I'll post it right here. Yes, very good. There you go, the operation instructions for this sensor. Now you can review the sensor feature anytime you want. Just read that poster there. Now you begin to see the true potential of the PurePad. But I'm nowhere near done yet. I created the new features for the device while I was waiting here for you. I whipped up some prototypes of these extra features, and you can get them on your PurePad at any time. That is, with some help from you, getting some final data I need in order to activate them perfectly. Let's talk if you want those upgrades. Enjoy that sensor, a taste of great things to come. Until then. Sensor suction. When moving towards shrine right, you can visit it before you will hear a sound that will alert you to its location. The sound will be more frequent when you're moving more directly toward the shrine, but the sound only goes off when you're actually moving, so don't stop if you want to keep following its lead. If you want to stop the sensor from finding shrines, push Y on the map screen. Hey you! We have more work to do. Your PurePad is nowhere near its full capability yet. The PurePad will be even better after I add some extra features. These include the most essential one, the Travel Medallion feature that lets you set up gates for instant travel anywhere. There's also a Hero's Path mode, it shows where you've traveled. Finally, Sensor Plus, which helps you find more than shrines. Your Pure Pad will be perfect once I've installed all of these. But first I'll need you to gather some test data so I can fine-tune my prototypes. So let's get to work on that pad. Just talk to me anytime. Okay, Travel Medallion. It's quite exceptional. It lets you travel instantly to the gate you've established elsewhere. But we're going to have to do a little bit extra challenge with all this. Come now, give me your Pure Pad for a moment. Look here, in distant Akkala, up in this northeastern corner, is the Akkala Ancient Tech Lab, which is also my home. That's where the prototype of the Travel Medallion feature is. I started work on it back there. I go get it myself, but word is that some dangerous trespassers have made themselves at home there. That's why I'd like to you, with all your great talents, to go there and fetch my Travel Medallion prototype. To speed this journey along, well, the return journey anyway. Where was that again? Aha! Here it is, here it is. I've activated the travel gate outside the slab. Now you can get here instantly, if not faster. You'll need to make your own way to the Akkala Ancient Tech Lab, however. You'll find the Travel Medallion prototype in the chest beside my desk there. Should be easy enough to find. Is there anything else about my intentions before you rush off? Sure, the rest. Let's activate them all. Hero's Path mode is an outstanding addition if you want to do a lot of investigating. Truth is, there is a tracking feature installed in the Pure Pad. Hero's Path mode lets you see this feature on screen. It's a brilliant system that lets you see the exact path you've taken. But before I can install the prototype perfectly, I'll need to get data from 15 shrine locations from you. I think I should have that many, no? What? You've got the data? Hurry up and let me see the Pure Pad. Now give me just a moment. Let's go. You can save around 256 hours of gameplay. If you exceed this amount of play data, the oldest footsteps will be erased as new ones are added. Okay. Now you'll be able to see the path you've traveled so far in your map. Oh yes, I should prepare operation instructions for this feature too. Hang on a minute. Okay, the details look correct and I'll post it right here. Yes, very good. Here you go, the operation instructions for Hero's Path mode. Now you can review the Hero's Path mode feature anytime you want. Just read that poster over there. Though you can use Hero's Path feature now, your Pure Pad is still not perfect. It still doesn't have all the available features, so don't forget that. Hero's Path mode instructions. Press X on the map screen to switch Hero's Path mode on and off. It's a great feature that displays the path you've traveled during your journey on the map. It will record up to 256 hours of path, but as you exceed that, the oldest parts of your path will be deleted. You can also study your path to see where you haven't yet gone. Those places may have things left to discover. Ooh. Neat. Alright. And what about Sensor Plus? Which you want to add? Sensor Plus. Excellent. Very good thinking, being curious about this feature. It allows you to pinpoint the location of more than shrines. Many more things. That's why it's called Sensor Plus. You select what you want from the compendium, but I can't add my prototype without some extra data. So you need to find out your compendium with at least 5 types of monsters. Oh, that's done. Unbelievable, you've got all that data. Then I can install the sensor upgrade right away. Let me just have the pure pet for the moment. Give me just a moment. Da 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 da! Now you can search for an inn more than just shrines. Just select what you want to find from the Hyrule Compendium. Actually, I have a compendium of my own. That's my compendium database. It's got everything you could possibly want to find details about. Oh yes, it's all that: creatures, monsters, materials, equipment, and even different kinds of treasure. In short, a perfect collection of what you might one day achieve in your own Hyrule Compendium with a Pure Pad. Curious? I invite you to access that database and see it for yourself. Oh yes, I should prepare operation instructions for this feature too. Hang on a minute. The details are correct, now I'll post it right here. Yes, very good. Here you go, operation instructions for the Sensor Plus feature. Now you can review Sensor Plus details anytime you want. Just read that post there. Also, though you can use the Sensor Plus feature now, yes, not available. Okay. What do you have? Hey, you're interested in my compendium database, I see. My collection is complete. It has every creature, monster, material, treasure, and piece of equipment. It is basically the same thing as the Hyrule Compendium. You've got only a Pure Pad, except mine's finished. When you take a picture of these kinds of subjects, they will be registered to your compendium. I've got some mighty elusive entries in my collection. You might find it a real challenge to get them on your own. So I'll tell you what, I'll sell you pictures that help fill out the gaps in your compendium. What's with that face? You don't know how hard I worked to complete this? All that work is priceless, so a few rupees isn't a great deal. Look, no pressure, but if you want some pictures from my compendium, just let me know. I'm just curious to see. Okay, it doesn't really say. Alright. I think I'll leave it at that for today. Thank you very much for watching. And I hope to see you next time.